Finding a good airline award redemption for international business class tickets is getting so much harder now that more and more airlines are switching to using dynamic award pricing that is based on the cash value of the ticket prices themselves. If you happen to see my video on December 2nd, I talked about the fact that my number one rule is to bank as many miles and points as possible for international business class travel instead of using them on domestic award tickets. But if you searched on any of the major US airlines for an international award ticket, you will see astronomical rates. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands just for one-way tickets. Quite frankly, those are totally out of reach unless you're really wealthy and rack up a ton of points using credit cards or if the company you work for flies you in business class all the time. If that's not you, you have to rely on partner award redemptions. However, finding availability can be challenging because airlines are businesses that need to be profitable and business class seats sell for the most amount of money. So they don't want to offer a ton of awards because that's not going to make them any money. So they usually will set aside one or two when the flight gets released 11 to 12 months before the departure date. So when they go on sale, those will be available. The rest are held until right before the departure date when they know that they're not going to sell the ticket to anyone else. So if you're a planner, all you have to do is you figure out when an airline releases their tickets and then you snap up those initial awards when they become available. Then you're all set. I personally can't plan a vacation that far in advance. So what I do is I request time off from work, and then about a month before I want to depart, I just start obsessively searching for award tickets until I find one. It really helps if you are looking for non-peak travel times. So if you wanted to go to Europe in the middle of the summer and you're looking for a last-minute award redemption, you are not going to find one. However, if you're looking in the fall and winter to Europe, you are much more likely to snag one. For example, last fall, I found an award redemption to and from London for 70,000 Air Canada miles each way, so 140,000 miles in total, which is way better than 200 to 400,000 miles for a one-way ticket. Honestly, all this is so much work, but it is worth it to me as an individual who is 6'4" and so uncomfortable in the tiny cramped quarters of economy. And plus, business class is the best place to cry on an airplane because you have your own private little pod, which is exactly what happens in the moment I included for December 14th in my book, Losing Lena May, A Cancer Caregiving Memoir.